Okay, so The Big Fish is an American fantasy comedy drama film directed by Tim Burton. And the film tells us about a frustrated son who actually just tries to find some facts about his dying father. Okay, so just shortly, it starts with Will Bloom's wedding party where his father Edward shows up, and he told that the day Will was born, he caught a big fish by his wedding ring as bait. And Will heard these stories all his life and was actually getting a bit tired of them because he think that it was all lies. Edward Bloom was a charming one and used his charm to keep distance from other people. And 3 years later, William's dad got cancer, and William and his pregnant wife returned to the town of Ashton to spend some time with the dad because he was sick. Yeah, and on the way, Will told Josephine, his wife, a story about Edward meeting a witch where he could see the reason why you died in the witch eye. And yeah, when they show up, Edward continued to tell the story by himself while he was sick of cancer. And we can see in the movie that the father-son relationship between Edward and William is actually the key theme in The Big Fish. Okay, so I just did some research and stuff, and the novelist Wallace explains the father's quest is to be a big fish in a big pond, and the son's quest is to see through his tall tales. So that's why it's called Big Fish, and it's the key theme to the movie. Okay, so just shortly, so was the movie actually just about stories that Edward, the father, told Will, and we saw some scenes from the stories in the movie, so it made it easier to imagine what happened. And I chose 2 scenes from the movie which I will try to analyze. Okay, so the first picture should be here somewhere, and I call it distance between the father and son. And in this picture we see a scene with this very dark and gray background. We see Edward, the dad, laying in his bed at home in Ashton while he's sick by cancer. And William came to visit his dad to understand him and maybe their relationship a little bit better. And here in this picture, we see the distance between them in this scene because Edward's the dad is still sick and is laying in the bed, but there's all black and gray, and the son Will is standing by the end of the bed, and there is maybe some brightness, so it will show hope maybe for their relationship. But yeah, you can kind of tell in this scene that their relationship bond, call it whatever you want, but it's not good. And then the second scene I chose, I called it Finally the Connection, and it's a picture where we see that Edward is still sick and he's actually at the hospital, so it's getting serious. And we see in this picture that Edward and Will are closer to each other, so maybe their bond got stronger over time because Will maybe accepted the stories and know that the stories kept him alive. Yeah, I mean, Will just try to understand him and support him. So the brightness in this picture I see as hope and happiness and trust. I know that the dad died, but still, and just like I just told you, the stories made him believe in things like Edward. So I chose the scenes to show the difference between the relationship in the first picture I chose, or the first scene, and in this scene now. So yeah, I hope it makes sense.